It's Christmas time again in Snowmonton, and they want to get away from it all.
It was exactly a year ago that it happened.
And that's why we should be somewhere else for Christmas.
Another beauteous day in heaven, eh?
Welcome to the Tropicana, your last resort before paradise.
This is a job for Captain Fun!
But there's trouble in paradise.
The movie starts, like any good horror sequel, with Sam in the psychologist's office talking about the events of the first film, in the form of a rhyme for some reason. And we can see the secretary and a whole bunch of other people making fun of the poor fuck. Because nobody believes in his dumb story, and they think he's crazy. That's another slasher trope for you. Then we cut to the graveyard, where someone unburied the antifreeze containers with Jack Frost in them, and kills the poor hick groundskeeper. We also see the same last shot from the last film. We see that it's a bunch of scientists who are experimenting with that antifreeze. It's safe to assume that the evil unknown corporation from the last movie are the ones that took Jack. Later, to no one's surprise, someone fucks up and drops coffee at the tank, making Jack Frost be alive again. At least the guy that fucked up died, I guess. Sam and his wife are going to a wedding for Christmas to the Bahamas, to be precise. But then we see a puddle in the floor that is most likely Jackie Frost. We are introduced to a bunch of throwaway characters, but that's fine. Most slashers have throwaway characters for obvious reasons, so they get wrecked. And the secretary from the last movie is getting married, by the way, with the other tall cop that I don't know his name. And Sam surprises his wife with a second honeymoon. We are then shown a couple of stowaways fighting for a carrot, but good old Jack Frost is in the water and turns to ice to impale the other schmuck. We see the carrot arrive from the shore. It appears he can physically move through the carrot. I have no idea why or how, but he heads forwards towards the party. Then, in the party, Sam is thinking of Jack Frost, and this annoying fuck starts pestering Sam that he should be having fun. I hate people like that in real life. They can get very annoying sometimes. Sam and his friends are happy they don't have to deal with the snow or with a mutant killer snowman. Too bad for them, that doesn't last long. Then we cut back to three girls we were shown at the party earlier, discussing about who pairs up with who, but the fire is dying down, so one of the girls have to go get the charcoal. Jack, in a very cartoonish fashion, tries to drop icicles on her, but misses like an idiot. Up until he drops a nice CGI anvil on her head. I love this kill, it really got me off guard the first time I watched it. Then her friend goes and looks for her and sees her crushed by an anvil. Surprisingly enough, she doesn't yell or anything, she just takes a couple steps back and gets impaled by a bunch of icicles. And finally, the third girl is threatened by a voice-over of Jack Frost until he appears and impaled the tongue over her ice head. And as quickly as 1, 2, 3, our first throwaway characters are dead. We fade to black to Sam and his wife. The party cunt is back and jumps at their bed to wake them up. What sort of resort would forcefully wake you up for an activity? That would piss the hell out of most people. Can't wait to see that character get big killed. We are shown that even though they're about to get married, the cop friend Anne, she doesn't want to sleep with him until they are married. Very traditional. We cut to the British explorer man hearing a girl scream, and it was someone discovering one of the bodies and bribes them not to say a word to the rest of the resort. A la Jaws Mayer type. All these fucking movies always have these fucking type of guys that wants to bribe everyone. Then we are shown that fucking FBI man Manners survived the last movie and just lost an eye.
Not so fast. Scary dude's already here.
He is now the head of security. I'm not gonna lie, I had completely forgotten he comes back before I rewatched this movie for this video. And it was probably thanks to the previous actor not coming back and it being explained that he had various surgeries and that's why he looked like a totally different person. Also, they say that it's a shark on the loose and that nobody thinks it's murder.
It's just a murder attack.
it is implied that Jack Frost is in a snow globe. So the Colonel and the other dude check the satellite since the phones are down, but it's all filled with water and his hand's broken. Jack then invades this dumb photo shoot, but the girl eats one of the ice cubes that was actually Jack Frost, and then she eats her fucking head explodes for seemingly no reason, but it looks hilarious and made the whole scene worth it. Then Manners, Sam, and Captain Fuck get together to try and capture the killer, and that is trying to throw a party to lure him out. Sam chases after Jack Frost after he taunts him in the party, but it was just the Colonel dressed as a snowman. Now Sam looks like a crazy man and his wife gets very upset with him. We cut to the pool and a pretty girl skinny dipping swimming, but Jack Frost appears and freezes the pool and she drowns. This is a pretty brutal kill and it gets my thumbs up for the simplicity, but still cruel and disturbing. But then immediately goes back to being silly when Jack freezes the whole pool area. It starts snowing in an island, but everyone is taking it very lightly and having a snowball fight, except for Sam, of course. He thinks that it's Jack Frost who caused this, and he is right, obviously. We cut to the dumb fucks that were going to hook up with the girls that got killed earlier. One foolishly sticks his tongue to the pole and gets stuck. His friend immediately leaves him like the evil Tooch that he is, as he is asking for help, and Jack Frost comes to the rescue. During the snow fight, Jack Frost launches snowballs so strongly that they can rip your limbs apart, and goes on a killing spree in which we only see 2 snow arms killing everyone. Sam's friends and wife foolishly still don't think Jack Frost is alive. Their denial is ridiculous at this point, but Sam has concentrated antifreeze and throws it to a random snowman that wasn't Jack Frost. But then the real Jack appears and everyone runs towards the room they're staying at, a very reminiscent to the last movie. Thankfully, Sam brought a bunch of antifreeze and water guns in case this situation arises. Sam and aged Manners go out to get Jack Frost. Sam's friend say that they might be linked because Sam was bleeding when he threw Jack Frost through the window and into a truckload of antifreeze. It's all speculation from their part, but that's the closest thing to an explanation you get in these films. Then Sam and Manners find the Colonel, Captain Cunt, and Bobby. Sam informs them that they need to beat him and to agree to go to the storage to grab some gallons of coolant, which is the same as antifreeze according to the film. I'm not an expert in the subject, clearly. They fill up the fountain with coolant, cover it up, and now Sam is going to lure Jack towards the trap. Kinda the same plan from the last movie. The plan appears to work, until he comes out all fine. He says that he is new and improved, but as soon as he is going to explain why he can now survive against antifreeze, he vomits a little snow spawn. They take the snow spawn and try and melt it, but that doesn't work. He then hatches and calls Captain Asshole his daddy, but then finally kills him. Thank you, Snow Baby, for getting rid of the most annoying character in this film. Just wish he had gotten it worse, but oh well. Everyone naturally freaks out and runs around in circles from the little munchin. They capture it to a blender and try to blend him, but that doesn't work. We cut to Manners looking for Jack Frost in the jungle. Goes to a cabin full of little snow fritters, and then meets his end for the second time. This time he dies for real. RIP FBI man. We go back to the group of survivors and Sheriff Sam is basically useless at this point, but his wife Anne takes charge and comes up with a plan to save the day. The final act of the film basically becomes a Gremlin/Critter movie, and Anne, the Colonel, and the deputy go and capture the snow babies. The Colonel seems to be surrounded by snow babies, but we immediately cut to Anne in the pool area trying to save some survivors that get immediately wrecked by the baby snow crew. But thanks to that, Anne throws a banana drink to the snow babies and die. So Jack Frost's new weakness is bananas, and for the same reason that Sam is allergic to them. And Jack Frost inherited it since their DNA is fused. With that newly discovered knowledge, they proceed to fuck up the little snowman, and one of the little ones reunites with Jack in his final moments to die in his hands of his critter. And Jack sheds a single tear and swears revenge in a quiet, Kenshiro-esque manner. On a side note, the Colonel is still alive. Oh wait, he did. So is Bobby. Jack then goes and captures Anne in a weird snow rectangle and is going to kill her like an Iron Maiden, until Sam appears and shoots him with an arrow with a banana at the point and makes Jack Frost explode. Anne is in the muck. We cut to them walking to the sunset and talking about where they would go next year. And credits. So, this movie is super dumb, goofy, and ridiculous. But I do think some of the deaths are pretty good and gory, albeit most of them are not that creative. And the sequel tries to be more comedic than the first, and unfortunately most of the jokes fall flat. At the end of the day, it's an extremely campy and cheesy slasher that knows what it is and has fun with it. This film reminds me of a higher quality Ginger Dead Man or Killer Bong movie, so unless you're into any of those things I just mentioned, you could probably skip this film. I know I said in the previous video that this one was better, but I misremembered most of the film and I think that the kills are the best part of it. And that concludes my review. Thank you for watching. That's a little The Real Jim's parody homage segment for everyone. Check that guy's channel out. It's pretty good. I mean, if you're watching this, you probably know about that channel since this is a way smaller channel. Goodbye.